It's another day in shit show paradise. I actually had another video coming, but this is more important for now. I'm gonna show my full crypto portfolio soon, ranked by the amount of access I think they can make. But first, we need to look at the market because what? It's going down. How? It's crypto. It's not supposed to go down, bro. Yeah. You know, there are a couple of things that are going on right now that I want to show you. And I was looking at some charts, especially for altcoins. And I was so freaking bullish, man. I bought more, and more. So I hope I can give you the right picture right here because it's not the time to be bearish, okay? Now, yeah, welcome to the channel. Hello, my name is me. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, etc. Let's get right into it. Now, I want to get back over this in a second. But first, why is the market dumping? Very simple. If you look, and let me remove this and do this again. If you look at the S&P, for example, the S&P is going down, right? Now, people can say like, whoa, it's because of whatever the fuck, right? Like because of Biden dropping out or Harris doing stupid shit, or I don't know what it might be, right? If you just look very technically at the charts and you take a Fibonacci tool from the last cycle high to the bottom, you can see that the S&P topped right at the 1.618. That's a very big, important level on the Fibonacci retracement. And it's not necessarily because there has to be any news, but it's just the type of price discovery where people feel like, hey, it ran, let's take some profits, right? And even if there was news, you know, there is news, there's always news. But I look at the charts and then later find out that apparently there was some news. But even then, what a coincidence, right? Every single time you hit such an important level, a certain amount, a piece of news comes out. Come on, look at the charts. News is not important. Also, if you look at the NASDAQ, it's nothing weird, right? This is even more accurate if you take it from the cycle high to the bottom. Exactly. You can make this up. Like, it couldn't be any more perfect, right? It got rejected right there and it's going down. Now, crypto and stocks are pretty correlated, right? You can say whatever you want, but that's the case. Especially now we have ETFs because, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum are kind of stocks. So, NASDAQ going down, S&P going down, 1 trillion was wiped out the stock market. That's half of the crypto market overnight, right? Hell, crazy, right? Crypto is holding up pretty fine. If you look at Bitcoin, it's down 1.7% on the day, right? 1.7%. Again, if you look at the NASDAQ, for example, it's down 3.6%. If you look at the S&P, it's down 2.3%. So this is good. Bitcoin is holding up better than the stock market. That's usually not what you see during dumps. So this kind of makes me bullish. Why? Because, you know, look at the S&P. Let's put it on the monthly or anything and ignore all the fucking shit that's going on. The S&P is up only, right? Of course, it has its bear markets, but it's up only. Why? More dollars in circulation, so the assets against the dollar are worth more. Simple. So, over the long term, the S&P will go up. Fuck that. We know that, right? At least that's pretty sure. And especially if we go off of the data that we had for the last 100 years, basically. So that will go up eventually. Now, Bitcoin is dropping less hard than the S&P. So, hey, if the S&P goes up again, I don't know, man. Might be bullish for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is down 1.6% or so. If you look at Ethereum is down 4.8%. So Ethereum is dropping harder than Ethereum. And the overall altcoin market is down 2.7%. So that's also pretty cool, right? Ethereum is dropping the hardest. And that might be because of the fact that we got the ETF and people expected something from it and they don't see instant returns. And it sells off a little bit. That's fine. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin, once we got the ETF, it was over here. What happened? We crashed from 49K to 39, basically. So we had a 25% crash. And then we went up. But that crash lasted a couple of weeks, right? we might see the same for Ethereum, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there will be more inflows and outflows. So people that are now selling Ethereum for the long term, I don't know. If you want to make a short-term trade out of it, I cannot tell you anything logical about that. I'm not a trader. You know better than I do. But for the long term, selling this great, fast and cheap, innovative piece of technology, I don't know. Now, Ethereum sucks. But it doesn't really matter. Because it is where the money is. And I'm not here for the tag, to be really honest. Sorry if I'm a crypto not a trader, but I'm trader, you know. But I'm here to make money. So Ethereum looks like a great buy to me, actually. If you look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, and ignore my great drawing. Look, I mean, this is what it did, right? Since the last 2 years. From August 2022, basically. It's now July. We're almost 2 years down against Bitcoin. Yeah, it's still in that. Of course, it's getting rejected right here. Why? News ETF? No, because it is in a fucking downtrend. And then you can give me the news, right? But the downtrend was already there. The news came here, but the downtrend started there already. So whatever. The altcoin market, this is where we are going to get bullish, okay? Now, first I want to show you something interesting on the Bitcoin chart, though. And I have it right here. So I tweeted it as well. You might want to follow me on Twitter. You might don't. I don't care. I'm not like that big off about followings on Twitter. But hey, I'm there. Might as well follow. If you look at the Bitcoin logarithmic regression band, ignore this text for now. If you look at the logarithmic regression band, green is buy, red is sell. Okay, Crypto 101. Very simple. That's just what I see. Bear markets and, you know, halving years, etc., are all in the lower band. These are opportunities. And even Bitcoin went from $2 to like $15 right there. You know, it did already a 7x. You missed out, man. Yeah, whatever. Even if you bought it $15, you rode it to $1,200. So it wasn't really that bad, right? And in every market, it's the same. Of course, you will make slow but certain gains. But the parabolic phase comes once you really break out of this, right? Here as well. Slow but certain gains. But the parabolic move comes after that. Now, we are in the slow but certain gains kind of cycle. And in that phase, you go up and down, right? You go up and down here as well. We went all the way from $7 to $4. Fuck, you better sell, right? Before it all goes to shit. And here's what we go down. And not a little, from $320 to $200. Let's say, in the middle of this, it was a huge fucking crash, right? Way bigger than what we are seeing right now. Bitcoin went, well, not way bigger, but yeah, well, kind of bigger, right? Went down 38%. 38 Bitcoin, right? That's a lot. If we now go from the highs 38% down, it puts us back at like, what, $40,000 or so? That's what happened here. And was it even something you can still see if you zoom out far enough? Basically not, right? So of course now as well in this range right here, we go up, down, up, down, up, down. But the overall range trend is up, right? We are higher, we make a higher highs and higher lows. So yeah, that's bullish. That's really bullish. I mean, if we get into this red zone, yeah, these are numbers that if I tell them right now, you would be like, hey, fucking Moonboy, unsubscribe, man. But it's what happened every market. So, and every time people said, it's not possible. And then it happened. And then we're like, yeah, but you know what? This time was different because fuck off, man. It's just Bitcoin is not that boring as everybody thinks it is. It's not. The worst returns, the lowest returns in the worst cycle for Bitcoin were like 20x. How is that boring, man? Given the fact that you have no risk compared to altcoins. It's pretty good. But if you look what Bitcoin did from the halving until the moment it broke out of the lower band. Here it was 8 weeks, right? Here it was from the halving until the moment that we broke out of that band, 44 weeks. Here it was 27 weeks. Now we are at 13. The average amount of weeks from halving to the breakout is 26.3. So if we go all the way to 26.3, let's say 26, it puts us in October, end of October. Now, is this me saying like, yeah, end of October we will break out? No, but it's the average, right? It could be a little sooner or later. That's the thing with averages. I hope we all understand that. But let me put it like this. If we do not break out this month, or if we do not break out in August, and then we get into September, and even the beginning of October, people feel like, God, this takes so long. What is wrong? It would be right on track. And we can still expect the parabolic phase, because here you go. In other words, patience, man, patience. It could take three months from now, and it would still be perfectly on track with every other cycle that went parabolic. So even if Bitcoin now goes back down to 43K, there's no reason for me to believe that we don't go parabolic and touch way above 100K relatively soon. So that's just a little hope here maybe, but I don't know. I just look at the charts and be like, hey, it looks so much the same as every other cycle, right? Not even that, but like the cycle top is every 4 years. The halving, of course, every 4 years, but the cycle bottom is every 4 years. It's every single cycle is the same again, man. It's crazy. But who cares about Bitcoin, right? Hey, let's look at altcoins. I got a mess right here, but it is something that I feel like, hey, this might be pretty interesting. If you take a look at the first cycle, you take a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom. You look where the top went for that run on the altcoin market. And that was on the Fibonacci retracement between the 3.618, 3.618, okay, good morning, and the 4.618. That's where we went first. The second cycle, if you take it from the top to the bottom, where did we top out? Also that area around the 4.618, right? Now that's just two pieces of history. It's not a lot, but hey, we have something to play with, right? So yeah, both times we at least went to the 3.618, at least. One time we went a little above it, and the other time we went way above it. So there is a good chance that we go get in around that region again. Right now, that's pretty nice because the 3.618 is now coming in at $1.5 trillion market cap for altcoins. We're now sitting at 220 billion. Okay, so that's a 7x from here. Now, I don't want to, before you turn off the video and be like, am I only getting a 7x after all of this? Fuck that, I'm out. Wait. Sorry, I'm a little ADHD-ish. Because this is others, and this is everything outside of the top 10. But this is not including everything inside of outside of the top 125, right? So this is top 20 till top 125. Everything outside of that is not even tracked on TradingView because it's so low, it has no impact really. So if this right here does a 2x, your portfolio, if you have a pretty decent portfolio, could easily 3, 4, 5x. Easy. I noticed that my portfolio grows way harder than if this thing goes up 10%, I'm making 30 or so, right? So it depends on the altcoins you have. So therefore, turn the bell notification on because next video is going to be all about my altcoin bag. It's going to be a little longer video though, but it's every altcoin that I own or want to buy and with the price targets I have in mind, and not too moonboy-ish, but really, I think it's really realistic though. But back to this. This is a huge gain. If that's a 7x, your portfolio can easy 20x if you are in the right coins. Now, that's even if we get to the 3.618. If we get to the 4.618, which we went right through last time, right? It was also even more. That's $2 trillion market cap. Right? That's like a 9x, well, 8x from where we are right now. So 7, 8x on the altcoin market looks pretty decent. And it's not weird to think like, hey, where's that money coming from? Well, one, retail, because we are already sitting here, not super far from the all-time highs, while there is literally almost no retail in the market right now, right? So the OGs in the space are doing this on their own, right? And the retail that makes sure that there is an altcoin season all the time is these levels are sitting at 0 right now. Also, there's more money going to get printed. Right, so if people ask like, where's the money coming from? From the fucking printer, bruh. They print it, right? Let them print it, and you make sure that you are in such a position where you can get that printed money. And I think that the altcoin market is set up for that, actually. And also, if we go back to Bitcoin real quick, like, again, if Bitcoin does what it always does and gets somewhat close to the upper bands, now that would be around the $200,000 Bitcoin. The band is of course moving up, so by the end of this cycle it's sitting close to 300k. Hey, what if we hit that? I mean, it's not weird, right? We did it here, 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 and here. We did it all the time, so why not now? If all that money from Bitcoin, if at a certain point the Bitcoin dominance goes down, which is now breaking out though, but if at a certain point the Bitcoin dominance is going down and all that money from a 200k Bitcoin goes into altcoins instead of a 20k Bitcoin goes into altcoins, that's not weird to think that altcoins could explode really hard. Now altcoins are doing it on their own. If you now see a 2x on an altcoin, it's nice, but it's not because that money is coming out of Bitcoin, right? As you can see, the Bitcoin dominance is going up. So the altcoin market is now going up in the big scheme of things without any Bitcoin money. So I don't know, man. 7, 8x on average. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. And again, that's going to be fantastic on your portfolio. And the way you can measure that, like, hey, what are the right altcoins to be in? Just look like, hey, what did the altcoin market on average do from the lows until where we are right now? 200 and, or better look at it like this. From the lows until the high, 424%. Okay. Then just look at a random altcoin you want to find out. From the lows to the high, Ronin, 2000%. Check, Ronin is the outperformer, right? Ronin is the outperformer. Money in Ronin. Simple, like that. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Of course, do your research on Ronin if it's still, you know, doing shit right now. But yeah, it is, right? There are a lot of altcoins that didn't do much, right? If you look at, for example, XRP, right? From the lows to the highs, 210%, right? So it did twice as bad as the average altcoin. So this is an altcoin you don't want to be in. That's how you want to look at things. What the fuck are you going to do? So that's how you want to look at things. There are altcoins that are going to outperform. And again, in the next video, I'm going to show you every single altcoin which I think is going to do that. And I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I want to be there when that pumps. For now, it is going down. By the time you watch the video, it might be lower. That's how crypto moves. I mean, the altcoin market is in a pretty clear downtrend, as you see. And yeah, it could go down way harder, man. I'm not going to lie. But it doesn't really matter, right? If your outlook is that eventually it will go somewhere there, then lower prices should be a blessing, right? Because I said, hey, from this point it could do a 7, 8x, but what if you catch it here? I'm not saying it will happen, but what if you catch it there and it goes there? Then you make a 12x, right? Again, and that's not even on your portfolio, that's the others chart, right? Your portfolio should be smiling then if you are in the right coins. Please promise me, no XRPs, no DOTs, no Cardanos, none of that, okay? You are here to make money, okay? You're not here like, hey, I'm gonna hold for 7 years because I like the tech so much and I fucking don't like money and I just want to whine every fucking single day. Why this is not happening to me? Be at the right place. Be where the money is, okay? Then, when to expect that breakout? Well, my crystal ball says this. Again, disclaimer, I don't know, right? Just going off the charts. From the moment, it's just one measurement, but from the moment we had the halving until the altcoin market broke out of the 0.382 range, and that's the range where we are sitting right now, right? If we are zooming in, you can see that we are sitting exactly at this white line, the 0.382, right? That's where we are right now. And that's usually a place where altcoins struggle a lot. If you look at the first cycle, you can see that altcoins approached it and they were struggling a little bit, right? And then they broke out. So from the moment, and let me see how I measured that exactly again. Okay, sorry for that. I accidentally moved my my chart. But from the moment we started to mess around, I did it again. Sorry, I'm not editing this. I'm not. This is just how I am. You accept me or you hate me, okay? From the moment we started to flirt and really struggle with the 0.382 level, it took for the altcoin market around 24 weeks in this cycle to break out. From the moment we did that over here in this cycle, it took 24 weeks also, give or take, depends on where you exactly draw it, to break out. Now, from this cycle, it's a little different though, because we are already sitting in week 31, right? So when to expect that breakout is a little hard to say actually, because we are already taking longer to do that. It's also because we approached this whole area sooner than what we did in last cycles. This cycle, we went down and we spent a lot of time in the accumulation phase. Here also, we spent a lot of time in the accumulation phase before finally going up. Here, we did it way faster. This move from altcoins, really from June 2023 till January 2024, it was fast. It was up fast, right? So yeah, it's a little overheated at the moment, you could maybe say. Now, there are multiple ways to look at it. I mean, you can also look at it from the halving until the point of, you know, the real breakout. First cycle, it took 35 weeks. From this halving until the real breakout was around 35 weeks as well, by the way. So that's quite funny. If you take it from this halving, 35 weeks out, it would put us at December. It's quite funny. I don't know if you are new to the channel or if you are a regular viewer, let me know. But if you are a regular viewer, you also maybe know that I said multiple times, hey, end of the years when I expect an alt season, based on multiple things. This was not one of these things. But this is funny that it lines up with that exact thesis. So December, we might see a real breakout for altcoins. It's now July, guys. I mean, it means we have like 5 months left, okay? 5 months to prepare. Now, I don't know what you do in life. If you watch my videos all day, jerk off, and maybe after each other at the same time, whatever. I don't hope the last one, by the way. I don't know if you have a job. I don't know if you have a passive income, you know, however. Like, make sure to be prepared, guys. Make sure to be prepared. I think it is so freaking important right now, because in the meantime, can the market go down? Yes, it can go down. It can definitely go down. And if that's the case, then you don't want to be in a position where you have no funds to allocate, really. You really want to be comfortable whenever you see a good correction. And one of the ways to do that is by, for example, having money, right? And the other way is mentally preparing, of course. Right? You can also be all in right now, which I hope you're not, but just expect like, hey, you know, it can go down, but I'm willing to take a 50% loss in the meantime. I don't care, because I'm in for the long term. I just want to invest now. Don't look at it too much. Open my portfolio in a year or so and see the results. It's also fine, as long as you are prepared. What I said in one of the last videos, this was for me an important buy level. We hit that. Okay, we hit that. And that's why I bought a lot. The next important buy level, if we go down further, but again, that's a big if, because I don't know. I know over the long term, I have a pretty clear expectation of what we can expect probably. Over the short term, I have no fucking clue. So what I'd like to do is prepare for both scenarios, right? So I have a certain amount of altcoins that if the market pumps, that I feel like, okay, I did not miss out on this bull run. I'm well positioned and I am happy with what I have. But I also want to prepare for the fact that, hey, if we see a freaking big correction, I want to be comfortable as well. A lot of people were not comfortable right here. The altcoin market took a hit of like 40%, 50%. 50%. That's what I mean. Like, your altcoins move more than that, because I've seen a lot of altcoins that are down more than 80% from their last highs, right? But a lot of people weren't comfortable right there because they were all in right here. Never be all in. Never. Okay. So what I expect as the next level, if it hits, is actually this level. Right now, that's from this point 38% lower. It's almost as much as what we have seen in the recent crash, right? From the highs until where we are right now, it's 40%. Could be another 38% in my opinion. Right. So if your certain altcoins are down 70% still, it could go down another 70%. Congratulations, you're fucked, right? But again, depending on what you do with it, though. Why do I expect this level? Well, it was huge support over here, right? It had a lot of shit support and resistances going on over here. It's very simple. We eventually finally broke out, but we never retested. We never retested. Right now, I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying we could, right? And I just would like to be prepared in case it happens. It's just, I don't know, I sleep well at night. It could also be that the altcoin market now is trying to put in a higher low, though, and that it's trying to do something like this. Also fine, and then flies up in December. It's also fine. Again, I'm also prepared for that. I need you to prepare for both scenarios. That's just the best way to deal with this market. Okay. But overall, my long-term outlook is super bullish. If we look at the others' dominance, so the altcoin dominance, you can just see that they are not dominating shit right now, right? 9% of the total crypto market is actually being dominated by altcoins, right? Excluding top 10. 9%. That's not a lot, right? What's dominating? Well, Bitcoin mostly, Ethereum of course a lot, and then we have all these stables and a couple of high caps. The rest of these altcoins that we all love are not even worth 9% of it. It's what we've seen, right? Others, 219 billion. While the total crypto market is 2.2 trillion. So 9%. It moves like this. In an alt season, it outperforms. And then we don't get an alt season for 3 years. And then we have an alt season, it outperforms. And then it don't get an alt season for 3 years. And then we get the post-halving year, which is 2025, and very likely to be, guess what, alt season. And it outperforms. So if you look at this chart and you like altcoins, if you bought altcoins anywhere, especially here and here, you want to buy them here. Or you are saying, no, I'm scared now because it's low and now I'm scared. Yeah, of course, it's low and people are scared, right? Therefore, it is low. But you are not getting these great opportunities when it's high, because where you want to go from there, right? The people who were like, there were people that were scared here, right? And who were the winners? The people who were scared and did not buy, or, you know, the people that sold even, or the people that looked at this and be like, opportunity, buy. And they rode the whole wave up. We are having the same freaking opportunity right now. At this exact moment. This is not the, like, remember this, please. 2025, altcoins are gonna fucking explode. If not, you can all laugh at me and I can kiss my career for a while, right? But I'm risking it. 2025 is gonna be crazy for altcoins. And I hope you remember, oh, Fomo is the one who said that, right? I don't know why, I just like to do something for you. I hope. But that's not gonna be the golden moment for crypto. This, right now, is the golden moment for crypto. Because what the fuck is the pump worth if you haven't invested here? Then this pump is for nothing. Matter of fact, you're probably gonna see it, feel bad, YOLO in, buy too high, sell too low, get wrecked. That's how a lot of people are gonna lose in crypto. That's just what it is. There's a very small amount of people in crypto that actually makes a lot of money. I mean, do some simple math, right? There is $10, right? And there are 10 people. At the beginning, everybody has $1. But at a certain point, somebody walks away with, I don't know, $8, right? That means that all the other people have to lose a lot in order for you to win. Who are the ones that are going to win? In my opinion, the ones that bought the lows, okay? I don't know what I'm doing. The ones that bought the lows are the ones that are going to win. Clear. Right? And you can say like, yeah, but everybody knows this right now and it's different and everybody expects it. There is no everybody at this moment. There is no everybody. As you can see, everybody is the the red line, right? YouTube viewers, subscribers, Twitter followers. It's sitting at lows. I don't know. Here it was sitting at lows. Was a pretty good opportunity to buy, right? Here it was sitting at lows. Was a good opportunity to buy, right? But there is no everybody. You are one of the few people that actually is in the crypto space. And then within this crypto space, there's a whole bunch of morons, because there are still a lot of people on Twitter saying, I will hold XRP forever. These are not going to be the winners, dude. It's not that hard. You are not playing against a lot of people in the first place, and most people that you're playing against are idiots. And it's not that we, or at least let me speak for myself, it's not that I am so smart. Hell no. I'm not smart, man. I cannot consider myself as a genius who exactly knows how it works. But I understand this game by now. I've been in a couple of cycles. I've seen how this works. I've made my mistakes already. I know, that's even better. I know how it feels. Right? And I have the exact same feeling over here as in the last cycle, where you got disappointed all the single time. And the difference is I'm handling it different now. Right? That's the difference. Because the market is making a lot of people feel bad. I don't know if you are new. Could be that you're feeling bad, right? Why? Because the market, it's somewhat bottoms, it goes up, makes you think it's an alt season. You watch a couple crypto banter videos and you decided to go all in because they say it's alt season. Then it has a huge correction because that's just seasonal. You scare the shit out of it, you panic sell, you hope that you can buy it back lower. It has another pump, you think, oh my god, and you buy it back higher again. You're already way broker than what you were before, while the market overall hasn't even moved. And then before the parabolic moves begins, you're already out of it, emotionally and without cash. It's the same period where we are right now. I can and people say like, nah, this time is different, altcoins are not gonna move. Copy paste these charts, bro. It's exactly the same, right? And you can again look at the news and this and that. It's, come on, it does. Please stick to this. Please stick to this, okay? So I now know how I'm not saying that I exactly know how to handle it, but I know how I handled it before and I know how wrong that was. So I'm now doing the opposite. And that's doing pretty well so far because my portfolio is sitting closer to the highs than the lows. Way closer. Way closer. Right? My portfolio is doing really well at the moment. And I'm not gambling on meme coins, this and that. No, I'm actually putting in some strategies. buying at certain levels, taking my profits, buying back at prices where people say it's over, that kind of shit. And I'm comfortable right now. I can look at this market and be like, dude, this only has to go back here and I'm good, right? Let alone the prices that I think where it's going to go. So we are now, and again, this is turning out to be some kind of a preaching video that people say like, oh, you can make this in 10 minutes. I can't. I have to tell you in fucking 40 hours that this is the opportunity that you should take right now. Again, nobody in crypto, the people that you play against are idiots. There's a small group that's going to make it. You're one of them. And I'm getting a call. It's margin. Okay, I'm back. And what's also interesting is if you look at the total crypto market cap, you know, from this high until this high, yeah, that was parabolic shit, right? That's where altcoins finally really came into the picture, etc. So that was like, not like, we're not gonna see that again, of course, 8,000%. But then we have this high till the last high, which was 300%. Right now, if we take this high until, like, let's say 200% or so, maybe even lower, like 150, let's say, that's a $7 trillion market cap. $7 trillion market cap, right? So how weird is it actually to think that altcoins are getting 1.5 trillion out of that? Like that's like, even if it still dominates with 10% as it does right now, then it puts the altcoin market 3.5x higher than where we are sitting right now, right? 3.5x higher. Okay. I don't know. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And that's with the current dominance, right? Again, the dominance at a certain point will go up, because the dominance, as you see, like I've made that parallel channel before, which I deleted because I'm a dickhead. But it was something like this. Yeah, it's this. Here we go. If you look at this, it's really low right now. It's really low right now. And it has a lot of room to go up. Apart from that, it's in a long-term uptrend against Bitcoin. Right? The altcoins are overall dominating crypto more and more and more, but very slowly. And it's also because the top 125 constantly reshuffles, right? So the bad projects come out of it and a new project comes into it and stays in it and has a higher cap, etc. But this is really interesting, man. So I can already tell you, at the moment, not really much is happening in the altcoin market, but it also does not really take much to do in the altcoin market. And you will get unrealistic valuations at a certain point. And it doesn't have to be that you wake up and all of a sudden your altcoin bag is up 10x, but it multiplies. If you look at the last bull run, for example, we have a lot of green right here, right? And a lot of red in between, but overall it was up, up, up. And then we had the real parabolic shit, but then we had a week plus 20%. But that compounds. Next week, 30% up. Next week, another 6%. So your portfolio is already up 3x or so. Then that 3x gains another 6%. Then another 11, then another, and here was 40. Like, and it went on and on and on. That's where you want to get out, right? This is where I like would have sold, right? And not like because it was like, you know, you could say like you should sell here, but here it feels overheated. It feels unrealistic. It feels like shit. This is going way too crazy. I'm making way more money than I ever thought. And instead of thinking like, I don't know how much you invested, maybe 10K, and maybe you're getting close to $1 million, right? At a certain point, you might sit at 900K. Do not make the mistake of feel like, I'm going for $1 million and then I'm out, right? It like, fuck those numbers. Once it feels overheated and just overheated, get out, man. Get out. Because before you know, weekly crash, 43%, right? All of your gains, all of that weeks and weeks and months of cheering and happy, bam, down in 1 week. It's what happens, man. It's what happens. Especially in the altcoin market. And then these red weeks start to compound, right? Before you know it, you lost every fucking single profit that you had. But we're far from that. Believe me, in the bear market, I will be way more active than in the bull market, though, because it's simple. In the bull market, you don't have to do shit. In the bear market, you have to learn, invest, read, build, whatever. For now, I would say just buy. Just DCA into good projects and wait for the fun times, man. This video is gonna... It's longer than I expected. I'm out, man. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. See you soon.